As a developer, I enjoy working in the terminal. Let my fingers' muscle memory take over to navigate from one process to another, all without touching the mouse. There are two tools that are integral to my daily workflow, Ghostty and Tmux, and here are some of my configurations that made my workflow possible. On the macOS, Ghostty is my terminal emulator of choice. Comparing to other terminal emulators scaffolded on Electron, Ghostty is fast and feels native to the OS because its UI layer is written in Swift. Beyond its performance, I love Ghostty because it's highly configurable, yet requires zero configuration to work out of the box. Splitting a window into panes with Command D and cycling through the panes with Command square brackets is a godsend for people who run multiple processes within the same terminal tab. When you open the preferences, you get a simple text-based config file instead of a cumbersome GUI. Setting the opacity, font size, and font family is as simple as setting the properties to your desired values. Because Ghostly is a native app, it can do things such as dynamically setting the theme based on your OS light and dark mode. Speaking of themes, you can run Ghostly plus list themes to appreciate how many beautiful cosmetic options Ghostly comes with installation. It's a treat for people like me who enjoys making their terminal pretty. Comparing to other emulators that come with their AI implementation such as Warp, which is all the rage right now, I personally prefer using Ghostly because I want my terminal to be performant, dumb in a good way, and configurable. When it comes to AI assistance, I prefer interacting with Claude Code with a dumb terminal that doesn't send my command to somebody else's server just to make suggestions to autocomplete what I'm trying to type. Call me old fashioned, but when it comes to interfacing with code, the terminal should be the last bastion. We already have developers complaining about missing the fun when it comes to programming because we've been spoiled by powerful coding agents. Having LLM taking over to issue the commands you've learned through years of sheer muscle memory just feels wrong. Tmux is a powerful terminal multiplexer that allows you to manage all your terminal sessions with one single interface. If you have processes or daemons that need to be run in the background, you may run them in detached sessions and only attach to them when you need to inspect the output. And since Tmux is a program that runs in the terminal, you can leverage its power with any terminal emulator, even with the ones that come with your GUI text editor. That way, you can divide your terminal into multiple panes, each running its own process, all within a single tab. For a long time, the pain point that stopped me from using Tmux more frequently was twofold. First of all, the default UI of Tmux is very austere, very jarring to look at. And secondly, I couldn't copy text within a single pane. It always selects across the whole tab. It turned out that these issues can be easily addressed by installing a pretty theme with the Tmux plugin manager and enable the mouse globally. After those changes, Tmux interface is more pleasant to look at, and now I can copy output from the individual panes with ease. Today's video is sponsored by Vim Sensei. I've built an interactive curriculum where you can improve your Vim skills by following the instructions to complete objectives in a containerized Vim session. And since it's a real Vim instance instead of just a browser emulator, as the curriculum expands, user will get to explore topics such as key remapping, editing config files, plugin management, and even Vim variants like Neovim. So if you're interested in taking your Vim skills to the next level, check out vimsensei.com. So let me quickly demo to you how I can use Tmux and Ghostty to contain my entire dev environment all within the terminal. So I'll be using these tools to work on my vocabulary learning app called WordForge. So within the working directory, let's first start all the daemons that need to be run in the background within a tmux session. So I'm going to run the command tmux new and use the S flag, which stands for session, and name it to be WordForge. And it's going to create our session and attach to it. And within this tmux session, I'm going to first split the tab into two panes. And on the left hand side, I'm going to run the Firebase emulators. So I've already saved it as a command in the package.json file. So I'm going to do pnpm run emulators. So we got the Firebase emulators running, and on the right hand side, we're going to be running the dev server. So I'm going to run pnpm run start. And now let's split the right hand pane again into two vertical panes. So I'm going to do prefix dash, and within this pane, I'm going to run another process to watch the serverless cloud function source files, and when it detects any changes, it builds a new build so that my cloud functions are always up to date. And I've also saved that command in the package.json file, so it's going to be pnpm run build functions. So we got all of our processes running in the background. We can now safely detach from the session. And now that we've gotten back to Ghosty, we can run tmux ls to see that we got our session running in the background. And in the foreground, in Ghosty, we're going to split our tab into two halves, so Command D. And on the left-hand side, we'll be using Neovim to edit our source files. So we're going to do vim dot. And with the telescope plugin, I can easily look up the file that I'll be working on. So I'll be working on Word service file, and I can just start editing on the left-hand pane. And on the other side of the tab, we can spin up a Claude Code session so that if we run into any difficulty, we can ask Claude for help. And let's say that we need to inspect the output of the processes that are currently being run in the background. We can always create another tab and reattach to the tmux session. So we issue the command tmux attach session, and the target is going to be WordForge. If we have encountered an error message, for example, let's say that we want to address this innocuous front-end SCSS warning, we can use the mouse to select this block of code and go back to Claude and paste it in and start asking questions. So I hope I've adequately expressed my passion when it comes to working with the terminal. So if you like this video, please subscribe for more content related to the terminal and the command line interface. And I'll see all of you in the next video. Bye bye.